Here's a GRE algebra problem. Let's take a look. Which of the following lines are perpendicular to the line y equals x in the xy plane? And we want to indicate all such lines. So one or more answers may be correct here. All right, first things first, there's a very important rule that we have to know about perpendicular lines. And if you don't know this rule, you pretty much can't do this problem. So I'm going to tell you the rule. And the rule is this. If I have some line that has a slope of, say, a over b, right? Then the slope of a perpendicular line to this original line is going to be negative b over a. It's called the negative reciprocal. So just as an example, right, if I have a line with a slope of 3 over 2, then the slope of the perpendicular line to that is going to be negative 2 over 3, right? This and this. Okay, so that's the rule that we have to know. And if we know it, the problem's actually not that difficult. Let's take a look at this line right here, y equals x. What's the slope of that line? Well, if it's in the form y equals mx plus b, which it is, we know that the slope of this line is 1. There's an invisible 1. So if we really wanted to write this out in the proper form, we could say this is y equals 1x plus 0. Okay, so the slope of this line is 1. In other words, 1 over 1, which means that the negative reciprocal is going to be negative 1 over 1. So we need a line, or whatever lines we can find, where the slope is negative 1 over 1, or negative 1. Okay, so let's start with this. X equals 0. We'll know, right? And if we were to graph the line x equals 0, I'll do that very quickly here, right? There's my xy coordinate plane. There's x and there's y. That's basically saying that no matter what y equals, x is always going to equal 0. So we get a straight line up and down like that. That's not a slope of negative 1. Okay, y equals negative 1. Tempting, but what does this line look like? This line just looks like this. It's a straight horizontal line straight across where y is always equal to negative 1. So that's no dice. Okay, let's look at this one. X plus y equals 0. Well, let's reformat this into y equals mx plus b. I'm going to subtract x from both sides, minus x, and y equals negative x, or y equals negative 1x. So the slope here is indeed negative 1. This is a winner. Great. All right, how about this one? X plus y equals 1. Well, same deal. I'm going to subtract x from this side and from that side. And what I get is y equals negative 1x plus 1. So once again, the slope is negative 1. Winner. Okay, how about this? Well, this time, let me put the, I'll subtract by negative x, right? So I get negative y equals negative x plus 2. But we want y to be positive, right? Because the generic form is y equals mx plus b. So that's going to have to be positive y equals positive x minus 2. That is not a slope of negative 1. So the correct answers, plural here, are this one and this one. For more GRE tips and tricks, or to sign up for my live online course, follow the link on my profile.